we as people who cover this stuff also have a right to ask ourselves, do they represent 5 million Canadians, 10 million Canadians? Do they represent 500 Canadians? And I think that's fair ball for a discussion, because I personally think they represent a minority of a minority of a minority, and they've gotten way too much oxygen in terms of media.
You are retard.
Yes.
Good evening. You're watching government-funded news. Prime Minister Trudeau appointed 2 new senators on Saturday. Longtime broadcaster Charles Adler and healthcare executive Tracy Muggles will be joining the ranks of Canada's upper legislative chamber. According to Trudeau, the Senate will be stronger with its 2 newest independent senators. Yes, independent. Trudeau appointed senators are about as independent as a toddler with a learning disability. This just in, Manitoba Chiefs are calling for Adler's Senate appointment to be revoked over 25-year-old on-air comments he made calling Indigenous leaders uncivilized boneheads who should get a job. We now go live to Chip reporting in the field. Chip? Man, there would be something so pure and beautiful about Charles Adler not getting to be a senator after accepting the position, even though he called senators whores.
He flip-flops.
Starting next week, the government will impose new restrictions, never heard that one before, on nicotine pouches, making them illegal to sell anywhere except behind a pharmacy counter. Well, you gotta be careful about who has access to dangerous substances like nicotine, so makes sense. In other news, Premier of Ontario Doug Ford has called the Trudeau government the biggest drug dealers in Canada over their safe supply program, where individuals are given free drugs and then immediately turn around to sell them on the street. Well, I mean, who could have seen that coming?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
A parliamentary committee has called on Canada's Consul General in New York City to justify the government's expense of $9 million on a condo in famous Billionaires Row and furnishing it with upscale appliances like a $4,600 coffee machine and a $16,000 oven. Well, come on, a private chef's not going to cook on a Kenmore, right? So I wonder how much the laundering machine cost. On August 20th, the city of Toronto celebrated Undocumented Residence Day, an event to learn about the realities, challenges, and contributions made to the city by undocumented Torontonians. Undocumented Residence Day. Why not? It's not like immigration has literally never been a bigger problem for Canada than it is right now, and these people have no right to be here. You know, let's celebrate them helping to keep Toronto one of the least affordable places to live on planet Earth. Are these people out of their f***ing mind?
As you've probably noticed, our government has decided to let anyone who wants to cross the border and screw up our country.
Well, that's all the time we have tonight. Thanks for watching Go FU News, and remember, there's nothing wrong with a Trudeau-supporting editor of a government-funded newspaper denouncing Pierre Poilievre for refusing to support said government funding, and if you think there is something wrong with that, well, you're spreading dangerous misinformation, and you need to be re-educated.